am I entitled to my spouse's business when we get divorced? My name is Patricia Ben Haren, and I'm a family law attorney. The court needs to first decide when the business was formed. If the business was formed during the marriage, then the business would be a community property business, and each spouse would be entitled to 1/2 the value of that business. The non-operating spouse is considered a silent partner of the community property business. If the business is increasing in value after the date of separation due to the efforts of the operating spouse, then the court may determine that while it's a community property business, there may be a portion of that business that belongs solely to your spouse. If your spouse owned the business before you were married, the court may find that the business is a separate property business, but you may still have a community interest because of the efforts that were put in by your spouse during the marriage. If they did own that business prior to marriage, the court needs to decide if you have a right to the increased value of the business, or if the community already benefited from the business, meaning was the income substantially enough to pay the expenses during the marriage. A term that's used in valuing the business is often goodwill. And what that goodwill is the likelihood that clients will return to that business based on its reputation. So that can arise in professional practices, such as doctors or law firms, and accountants who have an established practice and receive referral income. A spouse is not able to just close a community property business and open another business, as the court may find that they've breached their fiduciary duties to that spouse. The business must be valued whether or not each of the spouses gets half of it or if it's awarded to one spouse. Once a value has been determined, then the court can decide if there's an award of other assets in exchange for the business, or the spouse needs to pay the other spouse for their interest in the business. Since business division is very complicated, it may be necessary to hire a forensic accountant to determine your portion of that business so you can receive the value you're actually entitled to. Even if you're not entitled to a portion of the business, you may be able to get spousal support based on the income your spouse makes from the business. If you have any questions about how courts handle businesses and divorce, shoot us over an email or give us a call. We'll be happy to explain it to you.